Hello to all the future leaders out there. Welcome back to Coin and Chapter, your guide to master the game of money and life. What if everything you were taught about money was wrong? Not slightly wrong, completely wrong. Go to school, get good grades, find a safe job, work hard, save, buy a house, retire at 65. That's the script. And most people follow it without ever questioning it. They wake up at 6, they sit in traffic, they work all day, they get paid, they pay bills, and then they do it again, year after year. This is what Rich Dad Poor Dad calls the rat race. You run harder, but you don't move forward. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The system wasn't designed to make you wealthy. It was designed to make you dependent. Dependent on a paycheck, dependent on job security, dependent on approval. But wealth doesn't come from dependency. It comes from understanding how money actually works. And to explain that, we need to meet two men.
The author, Robert Kiyosaki, grew up with two father figures. One was highly educated, respected, stable. Let's call him Alex. Alex believed in security. Get a safe job. Don't take financial risks. The company will take care of you. He worked hard his entire life, and he was always just one bill away from stress. Then there was Jack. Jack didn't have impressive degrees, but he understood money. He didn't work for a paycheck. He worked to acquire assets. He asked a different question. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," he asked, "How can I afford it?" That small shift changes everything. "I can't afford it" shuts the brain down. "How can I afford it" forces it to think. Both men worked hard. Both were intelligent. But one built income, the other built wealth. And the difference wasn't effort, it was mindset. Why do most people stay stuck? Kiyosaki says it comes down to two emotions, fear and greed. Fear gets you to work. You're afraid of losing your job, afraid of missing rent, afraid of falling behind. So you show up. Then payday arrives, and greed takes over. A new phone, a bigger car, a better house. So you spend. Monday brings fear, Friday brings greed, over and over again. And when income increases, expenses increase faster. The wheel just gets bigger. The problem isn't how much money you make, the problem is what you do with it. Which leads to the most important rule in the book. Here is the rule that changes everything. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out. That's it. Simple, but powerful. Rich people focus on acquiring assets. Everyone else buys liabilities and calls them assets. Let's talk about the most controversial example, your house. Most people say your home is your biggest asset, but ask yourself, does it pay you every month, or do you pay for it? Mortgage, taxes, insurance, repairs. If money flows out of your pocket, it's a liability. A rental property that generates cash flow, that's an asset. Dividend stocks? Assets. Business ownership? Assets. Wealth is built by stacking assets until your assets pay for your lifestyle. That is the secret code. Kiyosaki says something most people ignore. Mind your own business. Your profession is what you do for money. Your business is what you own. You can keep your job, but while others spend every raise on a bigger lifestyle, you quietly build your asset column. Stocks, real estate, intellectual property, small equity investments. Start small, stay consistent. Let compounding do the heavy lifting. And remember the question. Don't say, "I can't afford it." Ask, "How can I afford it?" That question builds financial intelligence, and financial intelligence builds freedom. If it's that simple, why doesn't everyone do it? 4 obstacles: fear of losing money, cynicism, laziness, and bad habits. Winners play to win, losers play not to lose. Cynics criticize, investors analyze. Busy people say they have no time, wealth builders make time. And the rich follow one discipline: they pay themselves first. Not last, first. Because pressure creates creativity. Here's your challenge. Take a notebook. Draw 2 columns. On the left, coin makers. On the right, coin takers. List everything. Be honest. Which column is longer? Your future isn't determined by your salary. It's determined by the ratio of what you own versus what owns you. The rat race isn't permanent. It's a default setting. And default settings can be changed. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. And now, so can you. Change the way you think about money, and you change the direction of your entire life.